John Wojciechowski here for up north Wisconsin. So we ain't exactly up north. Matter of fact, we're only about 5 miles from the Wojciechowski residence. So yeah, getting a little bit of early morning fishing in here. It's early July, and I'm on a local body of water, not very far from the house, and been on a bite, catching some crappies and bass here. And I left Bernice in bed and snuck out early in the morning. Come out here, try to get me a couple of crappies or two. So come along, let's see what we got going here. Okay, we're hooked up. I don't think he's very big. The bass gave me a nice leap out here. Take a look. Well, that's better than a jab in the ass, huh? Yeah. Oh. That's more grass than bass. Huh, check it out. He ain't very big at all. Got a whole ton of that milfoil though. Holy shnikes. Got rid of that. Yeah, well, at least we're on the board. Boy, did he inhale that. We'll talk a little bit about what I'm using here for lures in a minute. Get this guy back in the water. So yeah, folks, here's one of the rigs we've been using. So this is just a plain feathered jig, you know, chartreuse in color. But the key for us has been this soft plastic from our good friends at Moondog Bait Company. They make nice finesse soft plastics, and this is called a gill, one of their finesse gills. This one I believe is the shizzle color. I like that name. That's a pretty good name because it's the shiz for sure. But yeah, just catching a lot of bass and crappies on this little guy here, along with some of the other ones. But this one in particular has been a good one in a variety of different colors. Smoked shad, golden shiner I think is another one we've been using. But yeah, these are great. I really like the Moondog Baits and our good friends down there. They've been shipping me a lot of these lately. So see what goes on with this. Well, we sure got a pretty sunrise here this morning, early July. It's about 72 degrees out. It's pretty warm, humid, muggy. A lot of bugs on the water. I can see fish jumping and breaking the surface of the water here pretty regularly. But yeah, really nice morning here, and I think we're gonna get a crappie or two. I've had some hits that I just haven't hooked up on yet. We'll see how it goes. Oh, here we go. That feels like a crappie flopping around. Not a very big one, but it's a crappie. Oh yeah. Got you a little view of that thing flopping around in the water there. Oh yeah. Doing a crappie flop. There he comes. Nice one. Not the biggest we've been catching here, but again, definitely worth getting out of bed for, I always say. Hooked them pretty good. Took that finesse gill. Yeah, there we go. About a 10-incher. I'll take that every day of the week. We'll let that little guy go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, he spit me. Son of a bitch. Nice crappie. Saw him for flop up on the top there a little bit. God dang it. Obviously got the good old-fashioned Stanley sipper going on here with the hot coffee in it. You know, even though it's kind of muggy and gross, about 72 degrees, still gotta have my coffee in the morning, and Stanley is the partner when it comes to the coffee. So yeah, that first little bass I caught. Another the products from our fine friends at Moondog Bait Company. So yeah, this is they call this the flatback minnow, I believe. It's a split tail minnow. This is the biggest one. They make them in I believe 3 different sizes, but this one I believe is called the crappie minnow color, they call that. But that's I think a 3-inch long, but real good. That's what I hooked up on that first bass with there earlier. The one that had more grass on it than anything else. But anyway, that's another good bait that we've been getting fish on. Had something really big break me off on that the other day. It was, I don't know if it was a big bass or a northern, gobbled that up, but that's been a good one for us too. Yeah, the sun's climbing a little higher. Made a little bit of a move. Slightly different location. A little bit more cover back in here. Yeah. Another one. A little bit slower than it's been on some mornings, and actually the evening bite's been pretty good. So if push comes to shove, this is so close to the house, we'll just come back out here maybe this evening, see if we can't get a few more of these. But real nice morning anyway. Glad to be out. Another one's following around. So yeah, like I said, this bite hasn't been quite as good as some of the evening bites we've been on fishing this, but this is one aggressive little bass that took that flatback minnow. I mean, look at that. Well, another one again. Not a big one, but on light tackle. That's kind of fun. No, it's not a crappie. Another bass. I'm pretty sure we'd have a hard time winning a tournament with the bass we caught today. But you know, it's still fun. And this is a 5.5 foot ultralight rod. And they're just smashing our Moondog baited jigs here. Beats working. Well, all right, gang. Hey, we're gonna call it good for the morning shift here. Real good chance we're going to come back in the evening, weather permitting. You know, this time of year there's always a chance you're going to get some thunder showers or something, you know, particularly in the afternoon. Not a great morning. You know, we caught a couple, you know, worth getting out of bed for, having some coffee and watching the sunrise. But yeah, pretty good chance we're coming back later today. The other nice thing about being so close to home and having a pond like this to spend some time on is, hey, when nature calls, you know, intestinally speaking, it's good to have home thrown advantage. So I'm gonna pack up and skedaddle back to the Wojciechowski residence and you know, cop a squat, if you know what I mean. We'll talk to you later. Well, hey folks, welcome to the office. I want to take a couple minutes now to dive in a little bit deeper on some of the baits we've been using in this episode. And in particular, looking at some of the finesse soft plastics, these great baits from Moondog Bait Company. Let's dive in. All right, starting down here on the right, let's look at these first. These are, they call their 2-inch mini gill. It's a ribbed bait. You generally fish it kind of in this flat manner, either nose hooked or threaded onto a jig like we've been fishing, or you can rig it a variety of different ways. But this has been just a killer for both bass and crappie. Really like this. And also notice the attention to detail on their color schemes for these. This one is my favorite. It's called the Shizzle. Dark back, light bottom. That has just been fantastic on crappies. This one here is called Smoke Shad. Been fishing a couple other different colors of that particular bait too, but that's the 2-inch mini gill. Here in the middle, we have the 3-inch flat top minnow. This is called the crappie minnow color. Been catching more bass than crappies on that, but a big crappie will munch that too. Really like this. Been fishing that in a couple different colors as well. And down here on the left, I'm really excited about these. Not just for what we've got going on with crappies and bass right now on open water, but through the ice, I think these things are going to be dynamite. We've been fishing the shad color, the yellow perch, the crappie minnow, and then this guy right here. That one's called electric watermelon. And you look at this, I have got a lake where the big perch just garbage up on baby bluegills. I think that plastic right there is going to be the absolute bomb for getting them big perch on that particular lake. So really looking forward to that. So yeah, that's just a small sampling of what Moondog offers and just a few that we've been using lately on bass and crappies on open water. When you head on out to moondogbaitco.com, you're going to be amazed by the number of different patterns that you see that they have available. And in particular, I'm pretty excited about a whole bunch of the small micro patterns that they offer that I think are going to be just great through the ice. Really looking forward to it. The other great thing about their website is for each one of their products, they feature a little video on how to rig it and how to fish it. Very informative. So if you're looking for a different brand of plastics or you're new to plastics altogether, highly recommend heading on out to moondogbaitco.com and giving them a look. I think you'll be very happy like I am. Well, hey gang, welcome back to the show. We're back at the pond and there's been a distinct change in the weather, and we didn't come back yesterday afternoon. It stormed like a son of a bitch. But anyway, I picked up some company along the way and he's on the board already. What do you got there?
Oh, you know, just a little bass, a little bit bigger than yours.
All right, well, we got to start here. All right, we'll see how it goes the rest of the evening, so let's roll.
Suck on this one, bitch. It's all about the big ones, haha.
Yeah, right, gang. Like I mentioned, I picked up a bunch of company with me on this trip here. So this here's Dan. Dan just caught the first crappie of the evening.
Ah, a little bit on the small side, but he fought big.
Yeah. You got him on the
Big thingamajig.
Well, you got him on yeah, it's a standard pink feather jig, right? You know, them at a dime a dozen. But the key here is that Moondog, and that's that split tail minnow in the crappie minnow color. That thing's a killer, Dan.
And when he bit, I just had to let him really work it for about 3 seconds and then set the hook.
Little spongy on the bite here on this northeast wind with all the weather
Yeah,
changing.
it's coming right in on our back here.
All right, well.
But it's a good spot. I seen a big one in here a minute ago, so I'm gonna try and get him.
All right, good. Well, good luck. Really get us on the board with the crappie, Daniel. That way, Dan.
Right after I caught the crappie, I threw in right same place and got this bass.
There you go. Welcome to fishing the pond, Dan.
Yeah.
All right, get.
Whoa.
Hey, don't drop. What are you, 5? Jesus.
Hey, you gotta kiss the fish.
Oh, get out of here with that thing. Oh, he's kissing the fish. Get back in the fishing game. With these two guys is like fishing with a couple of 5-year-olds. I tell you, I gotta do everything. Gotta take the fish off the hook and all that. Look at this.
Well, this one,
You got it out.
yeah,
Oh, congratulations.
this boy hit right when I was gonna pull my bait out of the water.
Nice, right at your feet.
Yeah, right at my feet.
Yeah, that happens
So you
over
gotta
there.
watch.
Yeah, that happens over there from time to time on
Yeah.
the deep ledge.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nice crop.
Yeah.
You're like winning a crappie tournament. Ass. Well, Stan's hooked up here at last after the goat rodeo with Bud and Dan. Oh, there's a crappie flopping around out here. Hopefully he doesn't spit me. Not a big one. Oh, God damn it! We ain't exactly slaughtered them here in the last couple days, but hey, kind of how it goes here on the pond. We'll check in with the guys before we wrap her up here. This afternoon goat rodeo has been pretty special. So yeah, checking in with Bud here as we're fixing to wind up. So let's see, I caught a nice big bass.
Two.
Caught two bass.
Yeah.
Two bass. And that was it. And let's see, what are your other highlights? You threw a jig and a stick right off the bat.
Oh, yeah.
Had to break that off. Had to retie it for you like a 5-year-old. And what else did you do? Oh, you wadded up a rod.
Yeah.
Wadded up a rod real good.
You know what I did good today, though?
What?
Drank 3 beers. 2 beers. Maybe it was more than that.
Yeah, probably more than that. We've been here a while. All right. Well, Bud, not sure I want to go fishing with him no more.
I don't know if I'm knitting or purling, but it's
Nice work.
big deal.
So, yeah, this is going to be a wrap on this episode of Up North Wisconsin with Stan Wojciechowski, your host. It's been a lot of fun. Not this particular segment of it, but it's been a lot of fun.
Hey, it was a blast. Who caught the most here?
Well, you did. I'm not very happy about this. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Up North Wisconsin. Say goodbye. asshole.
Bye. Oh.
Okay, folks, it's time for the Q&A segment here on the show, and the inquiry this time around is from a lady named Julie, and Julie writes, "Dear Stan, I really enjoy your show. I think it's informative and funny. However, I do wish you would swear somewhat less. My question is, it seems like you drink an awful lot of beer on each episode. On average, how many beers are consumed per show? Sincerely, Julie." Well, Julie, number one, I'm glad you like the show. I'm glad you find it funny and informative, and we shall endeavor to improve on the whole profanity front. Point taken. As far as the number of beers consumed on each episode, if I were to have to guess, I would have to say, it's none of your business, Bernice. I know you forged that email and sent it in. I'm going to have words with you after I'm done with this. Everybody else, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Up North Wisconsin. Cheers. So yeah, Dan's got a dead battery. Oh, his stereo's bumping good though. So the goat rodeo continues. You see what I'm working with here? Not. He needs to let it charge for about 5 beers. Things could be worse. We could be up north Wisconsin.
Any kind of activity ahead of me, I turn it off. So they're probably thinking I'm turning off my bright lights.
I need to find a better set of friends. If this doesn't work, Dan is not sleeping at my house. Praise be to Jesus. All right, gang. Well, this is a wrap on this episode of Not Quite Up North Wisconsin. It's been, you know, from going from a peaceful morning to the show that this was, I don't even know what to say. Thank God these guys are leaving and my drive is short. Yeah, go f yourself. See you, kid. All right, we're calling her good.